On Sunday, April 25th, 2021, our most beloved Supreme Master Ching caringly made time to speak with the Supreme Master television team members as she shared another interesting story from a Treasury of Jewish Folklore compiled by Nguyễn Ước. Before the reading, Master elaborated on some questions which the team members had.
Master, there is an ongoing crisis at the U.S.-Mexico border. In the first few months of Joe Biden's presidency, the number of illegal immigrants apprehended has surged, with more arrivals than any other period in the past 20 years. Yeah. Some say it is fueled by the perception that his administration has a more open border policy. By contrast, the former U.S. President, His Excellency Donald Trump's policies tightly restricted legal and illegal immigration and directed immigration officials to apprehend anyone in the country unlawfully. Would Master kindly share her thoughts on this issue?
Yes. President Trump wanted to regulate the immigration traffic flow from other countries to be in a more orderly manner, to protect the Americans as well as the immigration people. The U.S. has already actually a kind of open policy, like yearly everyone can apply to live there or work there if they win the green card program. 55,000 nowadays yearly can have that chance. Plus, anyone can apply in many other ways to live and work in the U.S. openly. Open border is very good. But it should be done, in an organized way. Otherwise, it will be chaotic. As I have read in the news, it seems to breed a kind of crisis, at the border between USA and Mexico. Because you cannot just open the border without, foreplanning. Yes. In Europe, it's different. They have a Schengen zone where people from different countries in Europe can just go in and out of any other countries without any border, without checkpoints, without passport or any ID necessary. But they had planned many equipment and systems to put this into practice. But America and Mexico and others, like South American countries, they did not plan. So in that case, it's not very good to just let people come in like that, because you might have different people with maybe disease or criminal records or other kind of unpleasant things. And also, if you don't plan in advance, then you don't have like a center to screen people and to give them ID to go into the U.S. so that they can find a job or they can find their relatives. As I saw it in the news, it's kind of very chaotic. All the children squeezed together in pens, and it's almost very unkind. Because people come to the United States all of a sudden, so the people at the border cannot deal with the influx so fast. And there might be not enough comfortable accommodation and not enough food. The logistic stuff, this is not very good like that. Not good for America, not good for Mexicans and other immigrants. I heard that they came all the way from even Honduras and other countries in Central America. So to open the border is very nice, very kind, and very good for any country. When you need some extra workers or you just want to be hospitable, it's very good. But in this case, when it's so chaotic like that, it's very bad for the immigrants, especially for the small children. I saw them even drop over the fence, the wall of the border, and that's very bad for them. This must be traumatic for them, and it's very difficult for the child to forget this kind of dramatic experience in their very young and tender age. And also important is in the time of pandemic, most borders are closed to protect the people. And at the moment, it's not favorable to open. If the children are squeezed together like that, healthy and unhealthy, that's very bad for all of them. Don't you think so? Yes. And also, I saw it in the news that many people are sick, like they have COVID-19, and they are just let, to go into the United States. And that might infect healthy Americans also. That's very, very inconsiderate. It should not have been done this way. Yeah, it should have been more organized before the immigrants were able to come into America. Otherwise, the open border is very good. Yeah, good for the host country, good for the immigrants. Because the immigrants will need jobs and they will be motivated to work very hard and contribute to the country as well as for the immigrant himself. Yeah. Just that we have to organize, in advance. Have a good place for them to stay meanwhile, and some doctors, some medical personnel to take care of their health when they first come, and organize the logistic situation, with food and clothing and blankets and rooms and hygiene, stuff like that. It wasn't really very organized, and that's very, very bad for the children who are sent there, especially without any parents or adult accompaniment. I don't think it's very kind, even though the intention may be good. Yes. But good intention is not everything. Good intention has to come also with good logistic arrangements, yes, and all the preparation to welcome the guests. Even in Europe, with this Schengen agreement in the Schengen zone, during the pandemic, borders are closed also. So the border between the US and Mexico opened. I think it's not a very good idea at the moment. Besides, the mentality of European countries is maybe different from the mentality of the Mexicans and the Americans. Different expectations, different way of life. In the European Union, most of the people's standard of living are similar. Of course, there are always the richer and the less rich. But the standard of living is more or less similar between the countries in the Schengen zone. Even then, during the pandemic, they closed the borders as a prevention to protect their citizens. Especially in the pandemic situation like we are in right now, I don't know if the borders should be open like that. And that will be also encouraging the smugglers, human traffickers, or drug traffickers, all kind of unfavorable group of people also will be mixing in, and it's no good for the host country, for America at all.
After Master kindly translated the Jewish traditional tale called The Traveling Businessman and a Trustworthy Ghost, she emphasized an important revelation that was made in the story.
You see, in this story, the ghost even told, and truthfully, that most people who die suffer in hell, because very rare we have some virtuous and morally uncorrupted person. And to eat meat and all that is already a sin, already sinful and already punishable by law, universal law. I really want to plead with all the religious leaders. You must make a good example. You must be a vegan now. Then God will forgive. Otherwise, truly, you will go to hell. I mean it. Like everyone else. If you continue to eat meat, drink wine, and even just to eat meat, not drink wine, it's already sinful enough to be punished in hell for a long time. We can put the hotline or the talk of the sister from China about hell.
徒儿可以证实师父说吃肉会下地狱是真实的。有一天午夜打坐完毕，内在师父跟我说，你应该下地狱去学习当佛菩萨，并帮助那里的众生。内在师父用无上大力量保护等级还不够的我，下了地狱，让徒儿没有任何灼伤之感或是恐惧感。地藏王菩萨带我去一处地狱，此处罪人被强迫在一个形如水车般的大黑铁轮上面拼命地快跑，如果跑得跟不上铁轮转动的速度，就会掉到下面用烈火煮着的沸腾汤锅里煮碎了。我照师父指示念了师父传的五圣号与7戒礼物，轮上的众生因师父大力量就脱身跪在我的面前。我问他们为何会堕入这个地狱，他们说因为生前吃很多人们追捕而来的鱼和动物的肉，这些动物们被追捕的时候惊慌逃命，却无处可逃，被抓到后又被杀，放进汤锅里把肉煮烂来吃，所以我们吃了动物的肉就堕入汤锅地狱，被罚一直不断的逃跑与被煮熟。我开导他们说，吃肉的业障极为深重，大家都是不知道吃肉后果如此可怕才敢吃，并叮嘱他们以后转身一定记得要吃纯素与做好事。罪人就跟师父超生去了，但是在说话的同时，又看到很多裸体的新来的吃肉罪人从上面一个接一个堕入地狱，所以经典才说地狱不会空。此时我的肉身左手背突然有一种痛感，查看之下发现我的左手袖子无形中变得很宽大，里面有好多地狱众生被装在里面救出来了。原来地狱众生也能被缩小带出来。惊讶之余，思及师父与地藏王菩萨如此帮助罪苦众生，实在太慈悲伟大了，就瞬间回到地狱赞颂起2位大圣者。才刚赞颂了2-3句，就听到哐当哐当的巨响，原来是附近几个地狱的铁墙都因此而崩垮了，而且地狱原本黑黑的地上涌出了纯净明亮的泉水，形成了一个莲花池，从这池子里迅速开出了好多白莲花与金莲花，莲花越变越大，光辉美丽，地狱也能生金莲花，都因我们挚爱的青海无上师与地藏王菩萨无量的大力量大功德，实在不可思议。
It's not enough that you wear the monk's or nun's robe and just, every day doing some not very useful rituals, taking donations, having a comfortable church or temple to live in, and being revered by the faithful. You must turn around, be vegan. No more meat, no more animal products. Otherwise, you cannot escape hell. In my honor, in the name of God, I tell you the truth like that. Even if you feel offended, even if I risk my safety to tell you, the leaders of religions, I have to tell you, in the name of God. It's not enough just to learn some ritual by heart and just repeat what is in the Bible or the Sutra. People trust you to lead them to the righteous way. Not only you have to be vegan, you must also advise your followers, the faithful, to do the same. Must be vegan. No more killing indirectly. The poor innocent animals that God made, the animals are also God's children and shall not be destroyed. The animals are helpers of humankind. In the Bible, it even says all that. Ask the birds, they will show you. Ask the fish, they will instruct you. Ask the animals, they will tell you. They will advise you. So they are some beings to be respected, to be loved, at least to be friendly with. It's not for us to eat, to torture in such a barbarous way. And if you eat them, these torturously killed meats, you condone this practice, and you are unaccomplished. I am telling you, as a friend, as a faithful, as a person who respects, loves God, as a person who loves human beings and animals, as a person who cries every day and night for their suffering. I'm not spending idling time talking to you like this. I must warn you that hells are awaiting you if you don't turn around now and stop eating meat of the innocent animals. We, even no priests, even ordinary people, we humans, a humane human, should never enjoy at the cost of suffering of any others. God say, thou shalt not kill, and that never fails. That law of the universe is everywhere correct and just. No one can escape that. As you sow, so shall you reap. Just because you don't see the animal suffer, just because you don't kill the animal, doesn't mean you don't partake in the sin thereof. People trust you. You must advise them to go the compassionate way, the way Jesus walked, the way the Buddha taught, the way Guru Nanak Dev Ji showed to us, the way Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him, taught us. All the masters say the same. Lord Mahavira did not even want to eat the fruits even. And we are allowed to eat fruits and vegetables and in plenty. We are not short of food, of nutrition. We should not kill just to enjoy. That is wicked. That is against God. That's against your mission, against the robe that you are wearing, which is the holy robe, the representative of holiness, of heaven, of God. You have to live the way our masters taught us, like Lord Jesus, Lord Buddha, Lord Mahavira, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him, the Prophet Baha'u'llah, etc., etc. I have no more tears to show you. I cannot take out my heart to show you how sincere I am and how broken it has been over and over again because of the suffering of humans and animals. The suffering of animals affects humans, and thus humans also suffer. You are the representative of heaven. You're supposed to walk the way of heaven, of compassion, of love, of benevolence, of mercy. Then all that will come to you the day you leave this world, the day you discard your robe to go back to heaven. Otherwise, you go to hell. And I guarantee that. You know I mean it. And you know it is true. So you turn now. I wish you the best. In God's mercy and love. And I love you, all of you. Please, you turn. Thank you.
Most gracious Master, your pure, selfless love and never-ending compassion for all suffering and misled beings give us hope that the world will retrieve its humane values. We sincerely pray that Master's efforts will help those in trusted positions of influence to choose the life-honoring vegan diet and urge their followers to do the same, thus bringing humankind onto the path of benevolence. Wishing Master a peaceful heart, happiness, and perfect health in the support and glory of the Divine. For the full broadcast of this conference with Supreme Master Ching, please tune into Between Master and Disciples at a later date.